Do you have walls toward your partner, and are they preventing your connection? Welcome to the Dr. Wyatt Marriage Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Wyatt. Marriage tip number 1 is, what are walls? Walls are what we create inside of ourselves in marriage for protection, to keep us safe. Because on a real base level, we all want to feel safe. And the moment things happen in our relationship where we don't feel safe, we regain safety by building walls. Because when you build a wall, you can't be hurt as much. Because maybe you're not letting your partner in. You're becoming less vulnerable. You're not open to physical touch. You start creating these walls with what you will and won't share, or how you will and won't connect with your partner, so that you can't get hurt again, so that you won't be disappointed again. And we do it without even realizing it. So walls are a mechanism to keep us safe in our relationship. And often the longer we're together, the more walls we have. Save your marriage tip number 2. What creates the walls? Some of the leading causes of walls in long-term relationships is hurt. When our partner hurts our feelings, or when we get frustrated, or we have resentments because there's a pattern of behavior our partner has, when we feel neglected, when our top needs in the relationship get ignored again and again and again, and we get so hurt, we get so lonely, so we build walls so that we can't get hurt again, or at least we're reducing the likelihood of getting hurt again. We may appear indifferent. We may appear ambivalent, but if you're appearing that way, it's probably because you've created walls so that your partner can't keep disappointing you. They can't keep hurting you. They can't keep neglecting you. So walls are created when we're disappointed in our relationship. And think about the start of a relationship. You have no walls. You're completely open emotionally, physically. You have no barriers. That's why the start of a relationship is so magical and so powerful, because both partners are completely open. They're completely safe. Neither partner has done anything yet to disappoint or hurt the other one. And so it's a fresh slate. It's a clean beginning. But then over time, as each partner starts to hurt one another, each partner starts to disappoint one another, each partner starts to neglect one another, the walls start rising. The walls start getting built out of self-protection so that you can't get hurt again. And the more walls you have, the more disconnected you're going to feel. When you have walls, that's what moves you from lovers to roommates. That's what makes you feel like siblings and business partners. And then you start getting hopeless and you start feeling disillusioned because no one signs up to get married to eventually feel like roommates. And you can guarantee any couple who's feeling like roommates, it's because they have walls. And if they have walls, it's because they've been hurt and disappointed in their relationship, so they've walled off to protect themselves. So save your marriage tip number 3, how to lower emotional walls. The first step is you have to address resentments. You both may have resentments, things that have been done in the past, things that have been said in the past, patterns of behavior your partner has or you have that's created resentments. That's step number 1 to lowering emotional walls. The second step to lowering emotional walls is you have to nurture emotional closeness. You have to learn to become someone safe for your partner to talk to. This doesn't mean they can randomly talk to you about complaints and critiques that you're doing wrong. If they have that kind of content they need to share, they need to use one of my tools, such as the bullseye question, the mini reunite tool, or the full reunite tool. But you need to become safe for your partner to share their highs and lows, what they're going through, what they're struggling with. How do you respond to that type of information? Do you correct them? Do you dismiss them? Do you ignore them? If you want your partner to lower their emotional walls, you have to become a great listener. Practice active listening skills. You give them eye contact. You give them nonverbals to show that you're listening, such as head nods and facial expressions. You provide summaries to let them know you hear what they're saying. You provide empathy by putting yourself in their shoes and seeing the situation from their lens. And you avoid giving any suggestions unless they ask you for them. By doing so, you're creating emotional safety. And if you do that repeatedly, their walls toward you are going to slowly come down. That's what you want, because the lower their emotional walls, the more open they're going to be toward you, the kinder they're going to be toward you, the warmer they're going to be toward you. And as I mentioned, if they have a critique or a complaint against you, you can let them know, I'm all ears if we use a tool. And that's when you can suggest the bullseye question, or the mini reunite tool, or the full reunite tool, or the love buckets. These are all the tools that couples learn when they go through my ER Marriage Intensive. You have to use tools when you're talking about complaints and critiques, because no one does well receiving a random critique or a random complaint. When you hear that, you get defensive. And then when you get defensive, your partner is going to feel invalidated. And now we're just bickering. Now we're just arguing and no one is winning. So you have to raise your awareness of how often you make complaints and critiques. And if you're about ready to make one, you have to shift gears and use a tool so that your partner is not blindsided. And once you learn the tools, now we can communicate on the hard stuff in a predictable way where neither of us feel attacked. And that also creates emotional safety. So many couples have complaints and they don't know what to do about them because if they bring them up, their partner's going to get defensive. And if they stuff them, they start to wall off. So what do? What you do is start using the tools. The tools are there so that you can communicate on the hard stuff in a safe way so that you don't have to stuff it and you don't have to randomly critique your partner. Save your marriage tip number 4, how to lower bedroom walls. If you're the high drive partner and you feel like the bedroom has been shut off, or you feel like your attempts for the bedroom has been dismissed, your partner has turned away from your bids for connection in the bedroom, or they've turned against your bids for connection in the bedroom, you probably have walls. You've probably resigned. You probably feel like, why bother? Why even bring up the bedroom? Because it's not going to go well. And that has made you walled off. And when you get walled off from the bedroom, that's going to make you cooler in the relationship. That's going to make you more icy. That's going to make you more standoffish because you have some walls around your desires for the bedroom. And that makes sense. But here's the thing. Before you can expect your partner to lower their walls for the bedroom, you have to do your part of nurturing the emotional connection. Here's the vision. You want emotional intimacy, quality time, and affection without strings attached to be the backdrop of your day-to-day relationship in your marriage. Once those things become the backdrop, then the bedroom becomes events that flow out of that backdrop. So as long as you've addressed resentments and daily you're nurturing emotional intimacy, quality time, and affection without strings attached, then you should be able to initiate the bedroom in a clear conscience and your partner should respond well. And if your partner does not respond well, then it's their issue. It shows it's something they need to work on. They may have some hangups. They may have some reservations around the bedroom that has nothing to do with you. But you need to address the bedroom walls because if you're high drive and you feel walls around the bedroom, that's going to shut you down. So if you're the high drive partner, you need to bring back your voice. You need to feel like you can initiate the bedroom. Your partner needs to initiate the bedroom because that's going to make you come alive. When the bedroom is shut down and you have walls, you're going to slowly die in the relationship. So addressing the emotional walls will translate into addressing the bedroom walls, and that will make you both come back alive in the relationship. And that's what you want because over time, couples fall asleep. Couples have a slow death in their relationship, and it stems from exactly what I'm talking about. They each start feeling disappointed. They each start feeling neglected. They start building walls. Those walls create barriers. Now we're roommates and not lovers. Now we're falling out of love and we're feeling hopeless. So those are 4 tips to save your marriage by lowering your walls. The first one I covered is what are walls. Number 2, I covered what creates walls. Number 3, I covered how to lower emotional walls. And number 4, I covered how to lower the bedroom walls. If you have resentments and you're feeling hopeless, go through my ER Marriage Intensive. It's my most comprehensive resource to resolve your resentments and rekindle your love. Comment the word ER below and I'll send you the page, or go to my website, drwyattfisher.com, and click on ER Marriage Intensive. If you're listening to this on the podcast, be sure to leave a review. And if you're watching this video, be sure to leave your questions and comments. To reach me live on the podcast, you can contact me Tuesday mornings from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time at 303-578-0618. If you found this episode helpful, pay it forward by sharing it with one other person in your community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.